Episode 7. Let them know what it is.
Hey, welcome everybody back. This is episode 7 to Pleb Talk.
After Dark.
After Dark. That intro music was from an unknown artist.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
You can't even find that on the black web or black market, dark web. You can't find this. You can't find it anywhere.
Anywhere.
I got a special source.
What you can find, maybe if you watch this episode before the year ends, is the Lerman Tremens Noel. It's a Christmas edition.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching the video, then you'll see the bottle. It's the size of a wine bottle.
Pink elephant. Look for the pink elephant.
And we're in the Christmas spirit, aren't we?
Yes, we were.
So what are we about to do?
We are.
What are we about to do?
We are throwing this thing back.
Throwing this thing back. It's about halfway or so, a little bit maybe less.
Cheers. Let's throw it down and let them know what we think about it, yeah?
Throw it back.
Mm-hmm. Frothy.
All right, I'm using a glass. Sean is drinking straight from the bottle. It kind of burns a little bit. It's 10%. And we've each had our own bottle. So
That's barbarian style, just how I like it.
you should buy like a horn or something for you.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Viking horn.
Yeah, you gotta like yell or something. You like the Vikings.
I do love the Vikings. They're my favorite football team.
And the 49ers beat them this year. Did you finish it?
I didn't finish it just yet, but I feel like that was a little
warm.
attack. So that was very rude. I'm gonna ignore you for a second and let them know what the beer tasted like. It tasted different, carbonated.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bubbly.
Yes. To
Tastes
describe this one, what would you say? You said, what did you say at the end?
Carbonated, bubbly.
Last. You said it tasted like what?
I gotta sip this one more time.
Yeah, so I think it tasted kind of like a blood, like a metal blood type of flavor. You said something else. What was it?
Almost a little soapy.
Soapy, that's right.
Just a little bit of soap.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of blood, a little bit of soap. Like someone just got murdered and you got to clean up the crime scene. And, you tried cleaning it up with some, I don't know, with some Bed Bath & Beyond soap.
And then you taste it.
And then you taste it. I don't know why you tasted it, but you tasted it.
Just make sure it's the right Bed Bath & Beyond and blood, I guess.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm sure they make some great soaps.
But to actually, for this episode, although that was what we were supposed to drink, we downed that pretty early, about 2 minutes inside the episode, which you'll never see in another podcast. We're actually going to drink this Leinen Lugels. It might be German. Maybe you want to pronounce it?
Leinenlugels.
Leinenlugels.
Yeah.
Toasted Bock. It's Christmas spirits. It's got a cabin in the back with some snow, so surely means Christmas.
5%. We're taking a little easy this time.
Well, the other one was 10. This was now 5.
Yeah,
so we'll open this one.
We're just toting the little back, you know.
Yeah. Hey, my throat's feeling kind of warm. Like I just took a shot of tequila.
Yeah, we're just trying to find the vibe right now. You pop that off real quick. Toss it over right here.
Yeah.
Leinenlugels, 5%.
Sorry, guys. You have a headset.
All right, let's get into it, yeah? Are we going to take this one first?
It goes back down. We'll taste this one real quick. I have a Mexico jersey. It's green and red and some white for Christmas spirit.
It's a little Christmas festive-y.
Doesn't smell too good. I just bought this one off the blue, too. Like, I saw the branding. I was like, I like that.
Man, it smells like some dang Burger King breakfast sandwich. Oh.
Because look, the thing... Okay. Hey, you know what? That goes down pretty good.
That's different.
See, not too different, though. Like, it's not like jumping like completely different alcoholic or liquors where you're like, oh, that's different. This is just like, okay, it's still beer, but...
Do you know what this tastes like to me?
What?
Some ashes.
Ashes?
Yeah. So that body that you just cleaned up earlier, you burnt it.
Okay.
And ashes, you liquefied the ashes. This is what it tastes like, some ashes.
I've never...
It almost tastes like some cigarette ashes. What are you getting? Yeah, that's for the ASMR fans.
I don't think it tastes like ashes.
No?
It tastes kind of like a light beer. It said toasted, so I was kind of scared of the word toasted. but it's not too bad actually.
I taste the toast.
You taste the toast?
I taste the toast.
Toasted ashes?
Toasted ashes, yeah. I don't know how I feel about this one. I really don't know how I feel about this one, man. This feels like it's toasting me, man.
All I'm saying is we're about to have two with this conversation, and let's say at the end of the conversation, we have some hot topics.
Let's get into it right now.
Let's go.
I saw this thing online.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a meme. I thought it was actually a good idea.
Okay, maybe what do you mean say?
Maybe it's just the kind of person that I am, but I took it quite literal, and I thought it was a great idea. This is what it said. Hear me out.
Yeah.
This meme said marriages should just be like some 5-year contracts. And I thought that was actually a great idea. Because think of all the divorces out there.
Okay.
Based off of our own pleb research, it's like there's 750,000 divorces a year.
Yes.
And 2 million, 3 million marriages a year?
About?
That's, a crazy ratio. I don't like that ratio. I don't think a lot of people like that ratio. Basically, it sounds like a recipe for disaster for about a third of the people out there. Okay. That being said, what I see is that, divorces are expensive.
Yes.
Depending on who you know, what state you're in, who you get it through.
Yep.
Basically $10,000 to $20,000.
About, yeah.
That's pretty insane.
Okay, so this renewal would save you from lawyer fees. So if you don't sign this renewal, you just simply aren't married anymore. You don't have to proceed with any divorces.
You're talking about this like my proposal of the 5-year contract.
Yes. So if you just don't sign it, you guys aren't married anymore.
And this is what I see how it is. I think this is how it should be. Both people show up. It doesn't have to be in front of a judge.
Okay.
So you don't have to go to the courthouse or anything. I think it should just be in front of some type of notary public.
Okay.
I think UPS does notary publics.
Okay.
Basically, one person who has this I think it's they have to get some certification.
Okay.
But a notary public has to witness. Both of y'all sign it. Both of y'all agree. Notary public signs it or stamps it off after he witnesses both of y'all, man and woman. Women and women, men and men, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Both of y'all sign it.
Yeah.
He puts a seal of, he witnessed it correctly. Boom, it goes off into hyperspace or whatever it goes to. It gets recognized. You're good for another 5 years.
So I see what you mean, and that'd be great. Downfall for sure, without a doubt, is the lawyers that are divorce lawyers.
Those lawyers can do something much better with their lives. How scummy of a person you got to be like, I'm going to be a divorce lawyer. I'm out here trying to capitalize on the misery of others.
Hey,
okay?
Look,
and look, I actually heard this on the radio once from a divorce lawyer. Okay, I was listening to the radio once, and it was like an advertisement for this divorce lawyer.
Yeah,
and this divorce lawyer was coming at these people's throat. All right, this person said, "Look, you hire me." I am going to be sure to leave no stone left unturned. We are going to get everything and anything there could be out of that person.
Oh, wow.
How scummy does that sound?
That's pretty low.
It's honestly sad.
Yeah, that's
that we live in that kind of world to where we're just trying to eke out, the most we can out of someone who's already down and out. They're already going through a divorce. Come on.
That's pretty low, and honestly, we can actually get a whole episode just on lawyers and what they kind of look for, even criminals. There's lawyers that look for people that do some heinous crimes and then try to defend that.
But that's another story for another time.
This is
divorce lawyers. Go do something better with your career. Something more worthwhile.
Something noble.
Something noble.
What I will say, not about the lawyers, but about the this proposal, is that of course, having this option to potentially not renew for couples that might be doing all right, and having this kind of a conscious voice behind their head being like, hey, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't renew. Maybe you should consider your new coworker that just got hired and is looking pretty cute.
That's completely fine. And look, that's what I see. Look, if you're already someone who's tempted to, be, I don't know, whatever they call it, a social butterfly, and you just get real social with one of your coworkers or something, but you're married, but you got 6 months left on your contract, instead of cheating and having an affair, just be like, hey, just go to your wife or your husband, whatever the hell it is. It doesn't matter. Just go to your significant other and be like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be straight up. I mean, we got this contract. We got 6 months left in our contract. I mean, I got this other person on the side already. Let's just, let's just seal the contract. And look, I'm seeing this other person. I'm sorry.
But then we have to go get into the whole like 50-50 thing or who gets
and
what.
And I think it should get completely revamped. I mean, the whole 50-50 thing, child support, I feel like we can dive super deep into that. I'm going to try to keep it short and simple here. Who gets what? That's actually a tough one.
It's a tough one.
That's tough.
It really is.
Who gets what?
That's nasty.
It tastes like cigarettes, right?
I wouldn't say cigarettes, but I took a big chug.
Some ashes.
And I was not ready for that.
Yeah. Some ashes.
We're having 2 though, so stay tuned.
I have 2 damn cigars right here, man. Golly. Who gets what?
It's hard. It's
hard.
It's a case by case basis. There's no way
hard,
you can
but that's the deterrent. It's easy to get out of it because it's just 5 years, but then again, you still got to divvy up anything and everything at the end of the day.
I don't know if that's a good deterrent. I mean, it is a deterrent, but I mean, obviously, due to the amount of divorces that we already have in the United States per year, obviously, it's not a big enough deterrent. Well, actually, because it's not even 50-50. It really depends on like what they compromise. Like sometimes it's like
look. Hear me out. Look,
20.
I actually had this coworker once. He actually opened up to me and told me what his divorce consisted of, and it absolutely disgusted me. I mean, the things that he told me was just it was almost like a crime. Like, I mean, it was almost like a crime. She knew exactly what she was doing. According to, look. It is only his perspective. I mean, I will say that. But, I mean, I looked at this guy as someone was a genuinely good guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, granted, I only know his work personality. I don't know what he is, after work.
Yeah.
I don't know what his personality is at the bar.
Yeah.
When he's golfing. I don't know. But his work personality, like, I look at him like, look, this is a good guy.
Yeah.
Look, he told me about his divorce. He told me about how, basically, because he's an older guy, he's in like his mid 60s.
Yeah.
So that being said, I mean, he had like his whole retirement planned out. Had like his whole like pension plan through the company and through his like college or something.
Yeah.
Basically, he had loads of money loaded up in his retirement fund.
Yes.
All right. Loads of money. Which, I mean, you need. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Loads of money sounds great. But when you're like 60s, you need loads of money because it's going to come to a time to where you can't work anymore. Right. Or it's just not healthy to work anymore.
You need to be set.
Yeah, you need to be set. You need enough money to last you the next 20 years without working another day in your life.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what he broke down for me. He said his wife knew about getting a divorce years prior to where she was putting nothing in her retirement. All right? Absolutely nothing.
Depending on him.
What do you mean depending on him?
So she was depending on him at that point.
No. So this is a retirement fund.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not savings, so they can't really exactly see what's going on.
Yeah.
But basically, what was disclosed was that she wasn't really putting anything in the retirement fund while he was loading up on his retirement fund because he was coming up on retirement. Right. So he was loading up on his retirement. She was not.
Yes.
What the judge decided was that the way to divvy it up was that they had to split 50-50 their retirement funds.
Wow.
So she had to give him half of her retirement. He had to give her half of his retirement. And what I just said, I mean, after he's been loading up.
That's scummy.
Scummy. Disgusting.
So despicable. Would your proposal, or I'm sorry, not your proposal, this proposal help on that in any way?
See, I feel like, so this is the way it is. It's only a 5-year contract. It's not 10, it's not 15, it's not 20. It's 5 years, which means the damages are minimized.
As far as the lawyer fees, I feel like the rest, like the whole like who gets what, that's still kind of unanswered.
It's unanswered, but it's a lot less than the whole divorce process. Rather than look, the paper doesn't get pushed through court.
Yeah.
Instead, you just get a lawyer. Hey, figure out how to divvy this up.
Fairly. Well, that's up to interpretation.
It's up to interpretation, but it's a lot less than 15,000.
I see what you're saying. I like it. It's just that the whole proposal. I'm sorry, the whole like conscious voice behind your head saying like, "Hey, you don't kind of have to go along with this anymore if you don't want to," and you considering that may hurt some couples that maybe had no problems if it was just indefinite, as it is now. But hey, look, let us know what you guys think, whether it should be renewal, like a license, like a car registration.
Oh, I really want to hear what y'all got to say about this one.
It's a spicy one. It's a spicy one because it depends on maybe like what you've gone through as well. Like maybe your family, you've gone to a divorce as well.
I mean, I'm sure many people have gone through it. So
in-depth idea or perspective on it, and maybe you haven't. So let us know what you guys think.
And my golly gracious, this has to be the worst beer that we've ever drank on this podcast.
Noted, I did get this one. And look, I was sold by the label. I saw this one and I said, I got to try this one because it's a Christmas episode, you know?
Look, I'm sorry, Line and Lugels, but my golly gracious, this is awful.
Look, we did have a different beer before. Maybe if it was like the first one, we might be liking it. I don't know.
Look, they say 6 generations of brewing tradition. They should have gone back to the drawing board and made it 7. Oh, my.
Hey, look, you know what? I'm liking it now. Please sponsor us.
You might have to drink my second one.
No, no, boy. Heck no. It's only 5.1%. It's pretty low.
Yeah, but this
compared to what we had thus far.
Anyways, let's get into let's get festive.
All right.
Let's talk about the festivities.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I don't know what that was. That's supposed to be some like bells.
You think reindeer are real?
I mean, aren't they? I mean, I don't know. I thought they were. I thought they were like a real animal, like some type of like moose. I thought they were like something like moose or something.
Yeah, they are mooses,
like
right?
Canada,
I mean, they don't fly or nothing, but they're mooses.
Siberia or something. Yeah.
So are they deer or they're mooses? Oh no, mooses.
No,
I don't think reindeer is its own thing, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
They just don't fly. That pissed me off. I saw those motherfuckers. I saw those guys walking. I said, "Start flying, sons of guns!"
I slapped them in the booty and said, "Get up, giddy up."
Look, man. Let me ask you this, man. So I know you're not one to celebrate your day of the year.
Honestly, I really don't care for Christmas. Let me take a step back. I'm just not a holiday person. I don't understand holidays. I don't get holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Labor Day, President's Day, Easter. Look, I get this is a hot take. What are the holidays out there? I don't know. New Year's. I don't get it. Look, I get it somewhere laced in history with religion that goes back, 6,000 years ago. Yeah. With Easter and Christmas. I don't even know when Christmas was even like established, what year. But I know it was religious. It's Jesus' birthday or something, or resurrection, or Easter was the resurrection. Look, I get that, I understand, but I don't understand why people get the day off, or it's some sad, sorry excuse to be kind to people when people really should just be nice to people the whole time.
I agree.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I agree.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with the latter part. I also think that, look, I think a day off is owed to 40 hours a week employees at a certain point, at least once a month. So I think for the most part, I think there's like about a holiday once a month. For the most part, sometimes there's a couple of days like, New Year's and Christmas is 2 days. And then New Year's, of course, is 2 days. But I think that at the very least, there should be a couple of days off throughout the year for these employees, without a doubt. Now, you think that maybe they should be given like a set of days that they can spend however they wish.
Yes. So I think, look, this is what I think. For the people who don't know what I think, I think for those recognized holidays, let's just say there's 7 recognized holidays. All right, federally recognized. For those 7 recognized holidays, you get 7 guaranteed days off that you can use whenever you want, as long as you establish it 30 days out. All right, you establish it 30 days out. Hey, look, I want this day off. I'm using one of my 7. It's happening. Boom, it gets done.
Okay. So you know what I just thought about right now? I think that all holidays are somehow, some way aimed for you to hang out with your friends or community.
That sounds such a sorry excuse.
But I think that's correct.
Why not just go talk to your friend and be like, look, let's go hang out on this day.
Yeah.
Why does it got to be a holiday? Let's just go hang out on this day.
Look, okay, you're right. That should be a thing. But when it's already set up for you, like an easy answer, like, hey, you know what? Easter, I'm not religious. You're not religious. Just a scenario, of course. Let's hang out on this day since we both have it off. Why not? It's an easy, like, why not? You know? Now, when we have to both like, oh, you know what? Oh, man, I didn't ask for this day. You did. I didn't. We can't. Then it's like, oh, no way. But the fact that Easter is given off for, most jobs or companies or employees, then it's an easy answer to go to the river, to go cook out, to make some barbecue. Why not? The thing with holidays is I think that since they're so community oriented with friends or family, that they're also aimed for some sort of bond. There's some sort of like euphoria and like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a throwback. I said it last time. Nostalgia. Around that holiday from your childhood that you kind of like appreciate and love and maybe aim for.
Look, I will say, whenever I was growing up, when I was a kid, when I was a wee lad, about yay high. I will say, I had a pretty good childhood. My parents were always, giving out, the best gifts.
Yeah.
They were making every Christmas, as joyful as possible. I can't remember. There's always been good Christmases. Yeah. Always been great Thanksgivings. Yeah. My parents, always went all out, making the biggest feast, getting, all these great presents. Basically anything I wanted.
Yes.
I didn't know. I didn't really, tell them what to get me, but they always knew what to get me. They were great at it. They were honestly great at it. But now, me being me with my personality, my mentality, I just, where I am in life, in my 20s, just the holidays, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter what you say. I hope you could say something to maybe, all of a sudden, kick something into action or something. But it just, like I said, the holidays just don't make sense to me. It just seems like more of a lack of efficiency when it comes to like the business end of it.
And that's a very black and white way to look at it. But I think that once you have kids, which hopefully you will.
And look, maybe it is more of a parent thing where, like the parents get more joy in it. But I will tell you, so I work in a hospital to where like, whenever we work in a hospital, basically it gets determined at the start of the year which holidays you're going to work. I basically volunteered for Christmas. I was like, oh, time and a half or double time? I think it's double time. I don't know. It might be double, might be time and a half. But I was like, ooh, me. Sign me up.
Yeah, it might be. It might be because we're also at the age, like this like middle age where like we don't care so much for the holidays for other people, or I'm sorry, for ourselves. But once we have kids, we'll start caring about, making sure the holidays are special to them. As our parents did to us when we were younger. I think that once we start having kids, hopefully we will, we'll try our best to.
Wait, so you want kids?
Yes.
How many?
I think an odd number.
An odd number.
I think 3 is
3. Really?
So we have the same amount of our parents had the same amount of children.
I got 3.
So I think 3 is good.
That's honestly astonishing.
Don't tell me 1.
I was thinking if I did have a kid, it would be 1. If I did.
Sean.
If I did.
Do you know anybody...
It's a big if.
Any friends of yours that are single... I'm sorry, only children?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You do?
I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
Oh, you do?
I don't know. Look, all I'm saying is, look, if I had a kid, it would be 1 kid... And I would teach that kid by the age of like 7, 8 years old, I would like transfer all of my knowledge.
And that's a problem.
And
that's a problem.
Because
a 7-year-old is not supposed to know nothing but Santa Claus and Pokemon.
That kid. Look, this kid is going to be like the next Messiah. He's gonna be the next great one. He's gonna transform the world
at 7 years old
to how the world should have been.
Look, no disrespect to only children, but if you're an oldie, from the only children that I've known,
great only childs out there.
The only childs that I know have some social skills, some lacking social skills.
Like I said, I'm teaching everything that I know. Like I mean, by the age of 7 or 8,
at the age of 7, they're not supposed to know nothing but Telly Buddy.
No, their brain is gonna be it's gonna be bulging out of their head,
and that's a problem. At 7 years old, I only cared about cotton candy and Pokemon.
I mean, this kid is gonna transform the bike into like some levitating machine that teleports.
Look, only children, from my experience, have a tendency to be lacking social skills.
But this one's different. I mean, look at Elon Musk. I'm sure. I mean, the guy's kind of a little weird.
He's only only child? No.
I don't know if he is or isn't.
He's a little weird, but
he's a little weird. But he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I haven't met him, but I know he's a cool guy.
Look, what were we talking about?
Holidays.
Christmas, yes, holidays. Look, I think that there's a nostalgia that parents try to provide year in and year out to the children throughout the holidays, regardless whether they celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Easter, whatever.
Kwanzaa, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. We don't know what the holidays are. We're just plebs.
Yes, we're just plebs. But I think that there's something beautiful to the holidays, whether you're working or not. No matter what age you are, I think you should appreciate them because whether you're young, like there's some sort of gift, there's some sort of activity to look forward to. Dressing up as a scary ghost for Halloween, there's something to look forward to. If you are,
don't get me started on Halloween. Huh? Do not get me started on Halloween. I think Halloween is the most sorry excuse for a holiday of all time. Don't get me started on Halloween.
Look, as a young kid, we would dress up. What is
Halloween? What the hell is that?
I actually would say I appreciate Halloween now that I'm older than I was when I was younger.
That's only because you want to go to the Halloween parties and see some weird things.
Yes.
When you trying to get, I already know you're trying to get weird with it.
Yes.
You're trying to wear some like assless chaps or something.
No. Because look, when Halloween, like you could dress up as whatever you want and you can almost like impersonate that person and you kind of like not become yourself for that night. And you can kind of act however you want. And there's something like beautiful in acting in general. We can get into that later. But being someone that you are not for a night is empowering. It's empowering because, I mean, you're yourself 364 days a year. Yeah. But on this night, you could be this scary ghoul. You can be this vampire. You could be this cop. You could be this firefighter. You could be whoever you want. And there's something empowering through that.
I don't get it.
Then again, it's just a reason to drink.
I don't get it.
It's a reason to party with your friends.
It's just a facade.
And celebrate that facade with I
figment of your imagination.
Look, holidays, all in all, at the end of the day, is a reason
you're living in your own fantasy world
for that night, for that day, for that holiday.
We'll come back to reality, son, because this is real life.
Because look, real life is pretty black and white for the most part.
I mean, there's a lot of gray area.
There's a lot of gray area, and it's nice to spice it up every once in a while with holidays. Look, when I was a little kid, I'll speak for myself. Easter was pretty fun because for that day we'd go searching in some grand park, some little Easter eggs, some eggs.
Let me throw some eggs around tomorrow and and have you search for them. How about that?
Hey, if you put some big prizes in there, I'll be searching like a damn freaking hound dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some nice little I don't know,
some FIFA points.
Maybe.
I'll be searching like a damn dog for those damn eggs, man.
Sniffing them out. Yeah.
I'll be sniffing them out, but all it is, I think holidays, regardless whether you're religious or not or atheist, I think that there's just a reason to gather up in community with your friends, family, loved ones, to celebrate something. And even if it's nothing, just to get together is a reason to. And I know a lot of like countries might have their own holidays that we don't have here. Obviously, like, Independence Day, every country has their own day. But any reason to get together with your friends and family, people you love and love to hang out with, I'm all for it. Community is what makes the world go around.
Look, I'm all about community and everything, but I mean the holiday way, it it ain't the way. Holiday way ain't the way.
And the way you look at it is, I don't want to say Grinch or...
I mean, look at it. I mean, look. I mean, the common man, the middle class man, is even attempted to get taken advantage of. Ask me how.
How?
I mean, look. I understand. Look, they got to get theirs too. But look, all the homeless come out, all out the woodwork on all intersections, trying to be like, hey, look, it's the holidays. Give me more money. Look, I get it. They got to get theirs too, and everything. They're trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, they come out the woodwork. I mean, they just all of a sudden spawn out the ether, just crawl out the asphalt on the road, and all of a sudden, look, there they are.
And we fall for it. I mean,
you might fall for it
as people.
I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
You probably did.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
You wouldn't even give me $1 at the damn corner, man. You wouldn't give me $1. But look, yeah, you're right. They got to make ends meet. They got to do what they got to do. They take advantage of the occasion of the celebration of the season, and it falls. And people fall for it. Like, look, even big corporations, once you start paying for your food or your groceries, hey, you want to round up to $1 to pay for.
I mean, that's a whole other topic that I want to get into at another time. I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't even want to bring that up because that's just something that I want to just lace into on the next one. I think we're going to talk about that one next. So I don't even want to, next as in next episode.
Sneak peek.
Yes, a little sneak peek about these corporations and institutions, about their donations. So I don't want to even get into that.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll be the next little bumper topic we have in the next episode.
Agreed. Look, holidays, to wrap up this the small first topic, I think for the most part, companies are forced to give a day off to their employees. They're slow days anyway, then why not? The fact that they're paid is just a bonus on top of that. Sometimes
assuming your office or business is working that day.
Yeah, if you're in grocery stores, they tend to open up a little later. But look, that also gives the opportunity for those people that don't really care for the holidays to work and make more. So look, I think all in all, regardless of where you stand on holidays, whether you're religious or not, I think they're a plus. I don't think that in any way, or at least from where I can see it now, there's any way that they're a downfall. Homeless people make more money. Companies pay their employees more. They already make enough money. And employees have a day off and to hang out with their family, get cozy, watch a movie, eat some or drink some hot cocoa and or beer. Probably not this one, but maybe some delirium tremens.
Yeah, not this one. Look, Wakahiwa, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Look, I'm sorry, Chippewa Falls, but y'all done did it wrong. Y'all don't know beer.
That's down the street from where we live, man.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man. We got to go down to the factory and let them know how to do it right.
Milwaukee,
Wisconsin.
Oh, on the right. It says Chippewa Falls.
Yeah, Chippewa Wisconsin. Falls, man. We got to give them some thirsty goat, Let them know how it's really done.
Hey, but if you guys want to sponsor us, though, let us know.
Oh, man, I'll
drink this like
I'll wear
water.
Your t-shirt.
Yeah, I'll take it like some damn water right now if you guys want. You got to keep up. You really don't like that, huh?
I really don't. This tastes like some dang cigarettes to me. I got to hold my breath.
That went down the wrong throat. Topic 2. This one's a good one because...
Yeah, I presented this one a little bit just like a minute before we started this.
Yes, you sure did.
And this became the main one. So let's I'm going to start this one off. All right, ready for this? Women in the military.
Okay.
What do you think? Just tell me right now, what do you think? Off the top of your head.
I like it.
You like it. In what way? I want to know exactly the specifications about military women or their occupation that they should have.
Okay. Let's say I was a woman.
Let's say you were a woman and you want to serve in the military. In what way? In what fashion? Let me know how it is. I want to know the exact way you want to serve.
In any way I want.
In any way you want.
In any position that a man can have, I want.
Really?
Or rather, I believe I should be able to, first of all, prove myself, right?
Okay.
That I can own that position. Not prove myself to men or to other men, but prove myself within the boundaries of a man's qualifications.
I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
I'm really, really glad you said that.
Yes.
So,
I don't think there should be like any remorse on having like a woman want to be like in the front line of a military battle.
Okay. Look, I mean, I think. Look, I'm all. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
If they wish to be up there, then why not? Because look, okay, are there things that men can do better than women as far as physically?
Absolutely.
Science says yes.
Yeah.
Science says yes.
Absolutely. And look. I mean, I'm all for equality and everything.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, look, I am not the biggest guy out there, but I know at my size and my weight, I go up against a woman at my size and my weight. I mean, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For the most part, yeah. Same thing with my weight and my strength and whatever age group. Can I probably outlift a woman my size and my age? Probably. Unless they're like, serious on their training.
Some serious,
that's what they do
power lifters.
They could probably beat me for sure. But I think that how far should the want of, hey, you know what? I really want this position. As far as like, intellectually, I meet the standards of a man.
Okay, so hear this. So, look, I mean... Look, I get it. It's just biology. It's just the way it is. Yeah. I'm not trying to point out weaknesses. Yes. I'm just trying to point out facts here.
Yes.
I'm not trying to sound like a bigot or anything.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes.
But a woman in the battlefield, let's say it's just that time. Okay. I mean, they got their periods, right?
Yes. That's
almost like a liability. At that point,
could their their judgment be phased? Could it be swayed a different way because of it? Look, I'm not no biologist. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not no biologist. I know that they got their own like hormones raging in some ways or in some shape or form. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. But I see. I don't know if emotions, play more into it. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to the battlefield. I'm not in the military. I've never been to the front lines.
Yes.
But I don't know if emotions play a role. But I mean, I see women as more in touch with their emotions.
Yes.
Of course, their periods, like I said, but mainly, the whole strength thing. And look, I brought this up because I heard actually what happened. It happened very, very, very recent.
Yes.
So the House of Representatives and the Senate, they actually agreed on this bill, all right, that they actually allowed, or it was passed that, or thought to be passed. I don't know if it was passed or thought to be passed, but it was bipartisan support, which means both Democrats and Republicans agreed on it. I think it was almost unanimous. I think only one person voted against it. But basically, they passed a bill that women would now be a part of the draft for the military draft.
So, okay, how does the draft work for a pleb like me?
The draft, like, let's say war is raging. U.S. is on like a two-front war. They need more people. Let's say your number is 267-899-9764. Your birthday, and they say, hey, everyone born in the month of October and the month of March, you're getting drafted.
Yeah.
You're getting automatically, drop what you're doing, you're going in the military. I don't know how they do it, how they're going to do it. They're going to call specific numbers, call your selective service number. I don't know, but, if basically your number gets called, your name gets called, they say all last names that start with C, D, and T, you're in.
Yeah.
That being said, they passed it, or it was thought to be passed.
Yes.
Now get this.
Yes.
A woman that was in either the Senate or House of Representatives or some woman somewhere that was there for the bill actually went up to go speak, and she said, as a woman who could deadlift 300 pounds, who avidly goes to the gym, works out basically every day, wholeheartedly believes that they should not have a combat role, and she specifically said that women shouldn't have a specific role, or should specifically not be included in combat because physically speaking, there is no way, shape, or form that they could match up to the physical prowess of a man. And she said she could say that because she's a woman.
So she may have a point, but what I will say is that, for example, World War II.
Okay.
Women, I think they had a role in the actual war, but they also had a big role as far as manufacturing steel and weapons.
Right, yeah.
And like ships. I'm sorry, spaceships.
So basically, that's what I'm saying. Is, being a part of the draft. I mean, I think that's fine. But should they be limited to certain occupations within the military? Should they be excluded from combat roles and only a part of like support roles, like, I don't know, cybersecurity or engineering or whatever there are,
Because isn't for the most part, like, women in general a lot better in intellectual roles than men in like physical combat roles? Like, I think that might be true.
It might be.
Women might be better like at intellectual,
it very well could be
analytics and stuff like that, whereas men are just in the front lines.
Yeah.
But if I think that it shouldn't be limited to general consensus of women should just be in offices and analytics. If they wish to be in combat, I think it should be an option. But I don't think it should be like required. Like if let's say I'm a woman and I'm drafted. Like, okay, you're gonna have this office job, and you're gonna be looking at this videotape, and I don't know, something like that. And I say, no, you know what? That's cool, and I appreciate that, but I really want to be, in the
front lines.
In the front lines, I want to be jumping out of ditches. I want to be, get in there, because I got to protect my kids. I got to protect my parents. Okay. I don't think it should be like any limitations. Like, no.
I mean, look, it's the front lines. It's a dangerous place. That being said, people do, get shot. Yes. They get wounded, disabled on the battlefield, right? So if someone gets disabled, wide in the open,
yes,
and someone's got to go drag them away.
Yeah.
I think the average height of a man is 5'9".
Okay.
Let's say average height of a man is 5'9". That's right around 190 pounds on average.
Sure.
Combat loadout, vest, weapon, magazines, backpack, and everything. Oh, it's a lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
It's about 60 pounds.
Oh, 240, 230. Yeah.
Now, do you think a woman can drag 250 pounds, let's say 20 yards, back into safety?
Look, I don't want to.
That's what the liability is.
I don't want to dismiss that question because I want to answer it, but I will say that we're also talking about a woman that's also been through boot camp, through all the training, right. So like an average,
Right. So it would basically come with the territory, assuming you passed it.
Right. So I'm sure that they'll have some techniques.
So that being said, would you say 1 pound of muscle on a man is the equivalent, strength wise, 1 pound of muscle on a woman?
We're also plebs. We're not
I'm getting somewhere on this.
Yeah. So of course. Have I seen some weak men out there? Yes. Have I seen some strong women out there? Yes.
Absolutely.
But it's just hard for me to say because assuming with the training that the men have, that all soldiers have had thus far, I'd hope that they could, pull me.
Well, I mean, on the front lines, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Because
I weigh a little bit more than a soldier would at my height and my weight or my age, but I wouldn't weigh what I would weigh right now. I would think that yes, that she or he would be able to pull me into.
So if Vanessa Martinez, you and Vanessa Martinez are on this mission, you get shot in the middle of the road, and she's got to drag you 20 to 30 yards. into safety. You have full 100% confidence that she can do that.
With the right training, yes.
The right training. Okay, so that being said, look, I get it. I'm not the strongest person.
Yes.
About a month ago, I did an obstacle course.
Yes.
For this agency.
Yes.
It was just a simple obstacle course, and at the second to last thing on the obstacle course was I had to drag a 160-pound dummy.
Okay.
Only 10 yards.
Yes.
And I mean, granted, that was the obstacle course, so I was literally hustling, but that was a struggle. Yeah. And I mean, look, I could row 200 pounds, no problem at the gym, whatever. But when it's 160 pounds, basically dead weight like that, especially after you've already, exerted yourself and everything. Yeah. Look, I'm not saying that I'm any better than any woman out there, but I'm saying for me specifically at 5'7", 180, someone who likes to pretend or likes to think that they're strong and they go to the gym or whatever. Yeah. That dragging of 160 pounds for 10 yards, I was struggling. Like, I had to dig down real deep inside and tell myself, look, I got to do this. It's now or never. Don't look like a fool. Don't, throw away basically everything that you have done up to this point. Let's do this.
Yeah, I also argue that's a different type of workout than you normally do at the gym. Okay. So we're also talking about like seasoned, military personnel that, are trained to do this workout. I've never dragged 160 pounds, but I do go to the gym, which means two completely different things. So since the fact that we're talking about, a military soldier being able to drag me.
Now, mind you, that was only 160. That wasn't a combat loadout, 240, 250 pound man.
Right. And I mean, although you're on like crunch time in battle, obviously, like you maybe less than you said. How much time did it take you to drag that?
It took me about 10 seconds.
Okay, so that's about a yard per second.
So let me take you into the situation. So I dragged it 3 yards, realized, holy crap, this is, I don't know why this 160 pounds feels heavy, but this feels really, really heavy. Maybe because I just exerted myself. I dragged 3 pounds, and then when I dragged those 3 yards, and I really thought, holy crap, like, I gotta get it get it together. Gave myself that half-second pep talk in my head, which was basically like a 30-second pep talk condensed in a half-second. Then I just, snapped and, did the rest. Which it's only 7 yards, whatever. But yeah.
I mean, that'll do it. Look, to say this one, I will say that there should be no limitation to where a woman should get. I don't think there should be any ceiling that a man doesn't have.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
Are there things that men can do that women can't? Yes. Are there things that women can do that men can't? Yes, absolutely. But when it comes to war, when it comes to crunch time, when it comes to critical, decisions that are made, I do think women can make pretty good decisions, a lot better than men sometimes.
Okay. That's fair. Decisions, yeah. Physical prowess?
Physical prowess is a discussion to be had because obviously I think it's hard to argue that,
Let's put it this way. Trans man, woman to man, goes up against a biological man.
Yeah.
Who wins?
So a woman that's become a man goes up to a biological man.
So should they be allowed, let's say, Olympic sports?
Oh, man. That's something. That's freaking something because they've also been taking steroids, right?
I don't think it's steroids. I think it's just pure testosterone.
Or not just, right. Steroids is probably legal for the Olympics. But pure testosterone. See, I don't know how far that gets you into men or muscles that men would normally have.
Let's put it this way. There has been cases already where men who became women competed in women's sports and absolutely killed the game.
Yeah, man. That's hard. That's hard to say because
absolutely killed the game.
Look, the restrooms things is one thing, but when it comes to sports and winning medals and like, you know, high praise, it's a different thing because, oh man.
All right, so where I've been going with this whole time,
Yeah.
all the questions I've been trying to, you know, put you on the spot with, all the answers that you gave me, it's led up to this one point in that House of Representatives and Senate agreeing to pass the bill. That one woman who, you know, said, hey, look, I work out every day, basically deadlift 300 pounds. Women should not, you know, have a combat role in that sense. After she had that speech on the bill that was already passed or was thought to be passed already, they went to lunch or whatever, came back and said, actually, we're going to kill the bill. It's not going to pass.
She said that? Or who said that? Or
whoever the Speaker of the House or the Senate was, actually, you know, came back and said, actually, the bill's not going to be passed. It's done. Canceled everything.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
What happened?
But the bill was done. Tabled. Canceled, basically.
Oh man, that's a discussion to be had, man. Because this is a very new topic to be had in 2021. This is new. In the last 5 years, this is new.
Look, like I said, I'm all for equality.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, you know, physically speaking, biologically speaking, intellectually speaking, women intellectually could be more superior than men, and that's completely fine. Yes. You know, actually, all throughout grade school, I was thoroughly convinced that women were more intellectually smart than men.
Agreed.
I mean, just, you know, seeing them, you know, their test taking skills and everything, I was like, oh man, all these women are so much more intellectually, you know, stronger than all these other men.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, you know, in a combat role physically, just a man's natural strength versus a woman's natural strength, there's just no comparison.
Not that a woman could be strong as a man, but rather natural strength, natural instinct. In combat, it's hard to disagree. Because I mean, I'm not very strong. I'm not very aggressive naturally, but I could be beat. I could be beat 100% by a woman.
Oh, I'm sure.
But when it comes to like pick a random man at this age, at this, you know, weight group, and then a random woman at this same age, it's hard to compete naturally. But should there be a limitation to women's reach as far as career? I don't think so.
Okay, let's put it this way. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah, the spot I want to be right now is the restroom.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. All right. Let's say the U.S. goes to war with Chupamungunga.
Yeah.
All right. And Chupamungunga doesn't have a high population.
Yes.
All right. So Chupamungunga has infantry comprised of 50% men and women, and you are told that you are a U.S. infantryman, and you were told, hey, look, Chupamungunga has 50% women infantry. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I hope that that if they're running the freaking analytics of the war, of the army, then we're messed up. And they got us.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
If they're running like the analytics, the tactics of war,
okay,
they might get us.
So think of the simple man, the simple egotistical man who thinks that wholeheartedly, individually, that they are better than everyone else.
Yeah. That's a strong man.
It's going to give themselves more of a morale boost.
Yeah.
If they think that wholeheartedly that a man is more stronger than a woman naturally, think of like the morale boost it gives them. Would it make Chupamungunga a weaker army? in quotes.
Man.
Just think of the morale boost.
Yeah. Look, guys, I mean, us guys, we live off of crazy vibes. Like, you give us a captain that is just ready to freaking sing a Metallica song, we're all for it. We follow this guy or this person to the end of time, right? That being said, it would come down to the leadership. Like, who's willing to get crazier than the other? Like, I feel that Vietnamese, when we were in the Vietnam War and the U.S. was in the Vietnam War, I think the Vietnamese were just way more crazier than we were. I think they were just, like, on a different level as far as crazy. And because of that, I think that they had a morale boost where they were, like, almost immortal as far as war.
So think about all the men in that U.S. military versus Chupamungunga about saying, "Oh, I'm a guy."
Yeah.
There is no way that those women over there are gonna outclass me on this battlefield.
And he may think that, and
they might think
he's
that,
right or wrong, that's a different story. But
yeah,
I think, like I said, I think women can be very useful in the battlefield.
Yeah, sure.
Very, very useful. It just really depends on the type of role. Like,
so what are you saying?
You talked about, like, pulling a 200-pound, 180-pound body.
I mean, that was just me. I just pulled 160. I thought that was, after a full, basically obstacle course workout, that was difficult for me.
Because it's obviously like a very physical role, but I think that women definitely are a little bit more. You said emotional, but I think they're a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more thoughtful.
Okay, so men. If they're more sophisticated and thoughtful, which they very well could be, why are they on the battlefield?
See, well, battlefield might be more of like an option. Like, hey, I really want to serve in the battlefield, then that should be an option to them. Whether that's like, a response.
That's what this whole, topic's been about, is women in the battlefield.
Yeah, I know. But drafted from the get-go might be tough. But if they so want to, if they wish to do it, that shouldn't be like against them.
Okay, so
does that make sense? So
answer me this. To be an infantryman, on the front lines, in the Army, the Marines, the Navy, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say you have to pass a physical test. Should there be 2 separate physical tests, one for men and a lesser one for women, or should it just be one across the board?
Look, yes, I do believe that a woman and a man should have the same physical test, because obviously the tests that are made so that they can adequately support a fallen comrade in the battlefield. I don't think that should be altered in any way.
I'm not saying to bar all women from combat, because I feel like if you can pass the physical test, then I think you can pass the test. You're a pretty tough woman.
Of course.
You're basically a pretty tough human of anyone who can pass the test.
Exactly.
But basically this is what I'm saying.
Yes. No, I think that the standard test that is currently there for men right now should be the same for women. If they are wanting to, be on the battlefield. Now, when it comes to the whole, UFC or UFC and MMA standards, that's just a hard one. That's just a really hard one. I don't think I can have an answer for that one, because, of course,
it's basically the same thing.
If a man can, decides to be a woman, that should be fine.
It's basically what I've been saying about the whole. Let's say you're in the U.S. infantry and you're going up against Chupamungunga, which has 50% women in the infantry as well.
Yeah.
You go up against Chupamungunga's women hand-to-hand combat.
So it might just come down to the standard of testing to become or to join the military in that country. If their standard is a lot lower than our current standard,
I'm just saying, what if it's the same?
If it's the same, then we should expect the same type of battle.
Okay.
Because obviously, to be a military personnel, you have to pass this certain test, regardless of gender. And you should assume that if they're on the same par as us, expect the same type of combat. or level of physical prowess.
Nope.
Fair to say? Now, of course, if they like, oh, you know what, this type of people, this gender wants to join this military, but they can't quite meet what our standard is, and we should lower it.
Okay, so you as a 6 foot tall man,
yes,
goes up against a 5'4" woman,
yes,
who passed the physical test to do
yes.
it. You see that as a equal fight.
So I would see that as a easy fight, regardless of gender.
Oh, so you see that as easy fight.
If this is a 5'4" man, 5'4".
Okay, so what would be going through your mind that you were going up against a 5'4" woman, that both of y'all just ran out of ammo, and y'all both have the look in your eyes that y'all want to kill each other.
Yeah.
Because y'all are representing each other's country.
Yeah.
That what?
I believe I should win that fight, or I probably will win that fight, regardless of gender. I'm not even throwing in the women part. I'm just saying regardless of gender, because I'm considering like the whole MMA, UFC type of thing. They try to fight the same, weight class, the same.
Okay. And let's say this woman had a knife.
Oh, okay, that throws it all. That's a different story.
I mean, does it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Does it?
I mean, hopefully. I mean, if I'm on the other side of it, hopefully it doesn't mean anything. But of course, a knife, any type of weapon could completely throw that outcome to a different direction. I mean, I think it's fair to say, no matter who, if someone has a knife and knows how to use it, regardless of size, you should be scared.
Okay, all right, that's what you say.
I mean, I think you'd agree, though.
If that's what you say.
Okay, so
look, I am like I said earlier, when I was labeling people, I am a simple, confident, egotistical man.
Yes.
Where if I am only have basically my bare hands.
Yes.
And I see someone smaller than me, and they have some type of melee weapon.
Yeah.
Me being my smooth brain, egotistical man.
Yeah.
I will still see that I have the advantage.
I'd hope to have the advantage, but I just don't know, because a simple slash on your wrist would knock you out. I mean, not knock you out. I mean,
sure, but I just have that egotistical thought process that I'm going to have the moves.
And that's fine. I agree with that. I think that's fine. That's okay to think about, but we're talking about military combat. Obviously,
right, but you just asked me and I just answered.
Yeah, that's fine. Obviously, me in that position also would have some sort of military combat, expertise to know how to settle that fight down. So surely, hopefully, I would be able to, regardless of gender, just the height disadvantage, I'd be able to simmer that down a little bit. But of course, that comes down with a lot of learning and practicing, surely. Look, all I'm saying, as far as military and the women, women in the military, I would say, if they so wish to have a position wherever they wish, they should meet the standard regardless of gender. So, look, I'm sure there's women in the military right now. I'm sure there's women in combat roles right now. Surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they probably met, the standards that are there for regardless of gender to meet. So I don't think that they should have an easier test, because look, the test is there for a reason. It's not just because you're a man, you got to meet this. No, it's there because once you're in the heat of battle, you have to be able to do X, Y, and Z, not because you're a man or woman, but because it's necessary for the safety of our troops.
Okay.
So that standard is there for you to meet regardless of gender.
So what do you think about the? Never mind. That's all right. Okay.
Well, go ahead. I
was just gonna say, what do you think about women having easier physical tests?
I don't know about that. Because look, like I said, they're there for a reason. They're not there because...
You didn't let me finish. I was gonna say, what do you think about women having easier tests for Secret Service and like police agencies?
Okay, that's a good question. So since the need for physical prowess isn't there as actively or
it's still there whenever the situation gets hot.
Yeah, it's
there. I mean, you go up against some type of active shooter, Same situation. You get shot in the middle of the road. Someone's got to, drag you out.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. Because look, when you're in the heat of the moment, you got to get that person out of that, zone as fast as possible. You'd hope that regardless of who it is, they'll be able to do it, in X amount of seconds,
Bang,
just like anyone else. It's hard to say because look, we could even argue that police officers after a certain amount of years, or maybe even after being hired, they don't have to be active in any certain way,
as physically fit
in any way after they're hired. So look, that's a different argument there. Like, what, hey, you've been in the job for 5 years, you've gained about 30 pounds, you're not as strong as you were when you got hired. Should you be kept up at that physical standard even after being hired? That's a different argument. I think that they should.
Absolutely.
For that example you just gave right now. So, I mean, we can go into this for minutes. Because, I've seen some cops that I can outrun, and I'm not the fastest runner or the longest runner as far as as far as cardio wise. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of chubbier people that can outrun me for hours.
Yeah, me too.
But look, I've seen some cops. I'm like, you know what, this guy, I know I can outrun, but they're cops and they're there to protect us. So, look, there's downfalls no matter what. I think to wrap this one up, I don't know how long we've been going, but honestly, if they meet the standard that is currently there, regardless of gender or what they claim to be, that it should be fair. If it's fair game. When it comes to sport,
so I mean, the question was, should women have an easier physical standard? No. They shouldn't.
No.
Okay.
Because, like I said, they're there. The physical standards is there not to weave out weaker people, but rather to weave out the people that can't keep up to the standard that's there for a reason, for the safety and protection of troops that are there.
Okay.
Right. So even if I can't drag a 160 pound ragdoll over 10 yards in under 15 seconds, then that should be a downfall on me. Same thing goes for everybody else. The reason's there not just to keep me away from applying, but rather to keep me away from potentially causing harm to troops that are already in the army.
A liability.
You don't
want to be a liability to your team.
Exactly. So I think that should be it. Like I said, women are probably smarter analytically in decision making roles. For the most part, I think so. But when it comes to physical standards, for the most part, men tend to outrun or outweigh or outpick up or strength wise women. But look, if a woman can I know women can lift a lot heavier than I can, and they should have a lot more opportunities in the army than I have right now. But it should not be because of their women, just because they can lift more.
All right. So that being said, this was a pretty hot take. So we really want to hear what y'all think. If y'all see us on the sidewalks, on the streets, I mean, don't be afraid to stop us and let us know what y'all think. But if you don't, let us know in the comments, and we really want to read them.
100%. So this episode, we decided that Sean is a Grinch.
Yeah.
And that he doesn't really like people celebrating his birthday. So
I really don't.
His birthday is on February. I'm just kidding. Imagine I said that publicly.
I want to cut that out real quick.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Happy holidays. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy
whatever you celebrate.
If you're atheist, and happy Sunday. Happy weekend. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, exercise, drink water, not as much beer as we had tonight. Once again, thank you for the Valdez brothers, Damian and Diego, for the sign. We do appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. It looks great. Hopefully you guys can see it clearly, as well as our candle here that is still lit up from Dana for our Christmas party that we had. And we've had quite a few ounces of beer tonight.
Yeah.
You obviously did not like
I did not like the Leinenlugel's Toasted Bock. Oh, man. No, not a fan.
Well, I'll sponsor you guys. Just I'll say your sponsor. I know you guys like my voice and everything. But yeah, guys. So we have some big things coming up pretty soon. Hopefully, a guest coming pretty soon in the podcast. Maybe beginning of next year. We'll be in touch with that one as well. But nevertheless, stay safe, stay thriving and healthy.
Yes. Music by a source that y'all can't even get on the black market web. Not even on the underground. It's a local creation created specifically for Pleb Talk that not anyone can get. And let's just say it's pretty top shelf stuff.
All right, Pleb Talk out, and music starting in 3, 2.
It actually started a long time ago.
Cheers, guys. Take care. XOXO.
Pleb Talk out.